Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Serving Nerve, where we talk about whatever we want, and today we're going to be going through more fat acceptance cringe compilations. I know I go through a lot of them, so yeah, let's just keep going. What I eat in a day, your fat big sister edition.
Bagel with mashed tofu and deli slices. Peanut butter banana oatmeal. The new girl made my PB cold brew way too sweet. Chicken tendies, cucumbers, and ranch. Pick some fresh mulberries.
Damn, I really want some fresh mulberries. I've only had them dried. They're amazing, by the way. Like candy. I love them so much. They're kind of expensive, though. Also, I have to just make a comment. This person is really not eating, like, that crazily. Like, they have a lot of incorporated, like, fruits and vegetables in their diet. So, I don't know. I don't really think it's that bad, my dudes. I know we can argue all day long, but meh. I think it's not too bad.
Pasta with broccoli and sausage. Poppy Pop popcorn. Veggie sushi roll. Tofu and veggie ramen with miso broth. Baby.
I know it's a lot of food and all that, and like some of it's considered pretty unhealthy, but a lot of it was really healthy, and they ate a big variety of fruits and vegetables throughout their day, so I don't even think I should make a judgment on this person's food consumption. I just think they should endeavor to eat healthy and exercise, and the happiness and health will come to them. She's more than, God, can't you spell? Jeez Louise. Okay, let me just fix this comment, alright? I'm gonna just fix this comment. She, apostrophe S, more than, THAN, 230, don't, where's the apostrophe in the don't? Even you think, you can't even spell you. I hate these people. What are you, 2? Jeez Louise, I hate this comment so much. You know what? I don't even care what this person's gonna say. Fix this. Fix this. I'm gonna fix the comment below for you, and I just want you all to know, I'm doing this as a service to society. If I have to see one more comment with the worst spelling in my entire life, I will literally shit my pants. So I'm gonna tell you this right now, we are not doing it today, okay? We are not doing it today. I'm not even gonna listen. I'm not even gonna listen to the criticisms or the cringe in this video. I'm just gonna fix this comment for you. I want you all to know, okay? This is not okay. This level of not being able to spell when you're trying to make a point is not okay, all right? I'm calling it out, my dude. Wait, I thought the point of the sound was that all AFABs, whatever an AFAB is, regardless of size, have a belly pouch because of our uterus. So basically the thing is, like, yeah, all women, most women, will have like a little bit of a tummy a lot of the time. Like, you know, sometimes they don't, but a lot of women just naturally have a little bit of a bump because of the uterus, which does stick out some. So yeah, it is a thing, and nobody should feel like they need to have a perfectly flat stomach because a lot of people don't have them, even when they have perfectly healthy bodies.
Listen, yes, this sound just may sound like it's just to normalize having fat where your uterus is. And that is great. That is something that should be normalized because it's normal for people's bodies to store fat where your uterus is to protect it. However, this trend is 1, a body checking trend, and 2, made to reassure thin people that they are not actually fat.
This is all cringe. I'm sorry, I get the idea. Body checking trends, though, are super common, and a ton of people in the fat acceptance body positivity community also do this. Every time you get on camera and show off yourself in a swimsuit, you're body checking, okay? You totally are. You're just showing off your body, and a lot of these girls always want assurance, and they're always on camera showing off their body, trying to feel hot, and or not. They're literally body checking. It's all body checking. You can have like body checking issues and consistently body check yourself no matter what your body weight is or what your background is. Like, I body checked before. Tons of people do. Like, if you're a bodybuilder, a lot of the time you'll be body checking. If you are fat and or overweight, you'll be body checking. Underweight with any kind of eating issues. If you have any kind of physique goals or kind of perception of your body checking is super common. It's not to make a justification of the matter because it's not good to obsess over your body, but body checking is, in general, a common thing. And then on top of that, when it comes to people trying to justify them not being fat because they're skinnier and then their uterus still pops out or whatever, they have a little bit of fat on their tummy, girls are usually conditioned to believe that they have to have a perfectly flat six-pack ab tummy and be like skinny as hell. And most girls, no matter how healthy they are or how much weight they lose, some of them just really cannot hit it, like your hip structuring, your waist to hip ratio, you know, the alignment of your spine, the organs you have inside of your body, the size of your organs, the size of your body, the size of your entire physical structure. It's just not possible. And, you know, and to have the belief and connotation that it's a negative thing to have these organs is bad. And also, a lot of these girls aren't fat at all. They aren't. They aren't categorically or even physically viewed as fat. So it's completely understandable why they'd need that assurance or want to not feel fat.
What I mean by that is that this girl in the video I duetted, as well as many other people under this sound, are basically being like, that's not my fat stomach. I don't have a fat stomach. That's just my uterus. When really, if we want to deconstruct this insecurity that many, many people with uteruses have, we have to realize that it is rooted in fat phobia.
Okay, I get the idea. I want to be nice about this. Just because people have an insecurity or are conditioned to think they have to have a perfectly flat waist doesn't mean that their uteruses poking out makes them like fat or associates them with being fat or anything like that. Your organ structuring is different from having physical fat on your body. And a lot of the time, girls can lose a significant sum of body fat and get quite lean and still have their uterus sticking out. But I just have to disagree. We don't have to dismantle fat phobia. You can literally adhere to these systems of belief or not. It really doesn't matter. See, when it comes to this whole thing, it's like the dismantling of fat phobia and whatnot, just because people's perceptions of themselves are that they're fat if their uterus pokes out of their, you know, abdominal structuring, or if they have a little extra body fat. I think it's all just a little bit stupid. In general, a lot of girls have this kind of like physical structuring. They shouldn't feel ashamed of it, and they shouldn't feel like they're, you know, indecent in any capacity for having such. But there's a difference between being a normal weight or, you know, being a healthy body weight for your height and, you know, having your uterus poke out and maybe not having a perfectly flat stomach and being morbidly obese and obviously having an excessive body fat. The associations are there.
The reason so many people are so quick to be like, well, that's not my stomach fat, that's just my uterus, is that they don't want to have a fat stomach.
You can literally tell the difference with what your uterus and your organs are and what your body fat on your literally subcutaneous layer is. Anything on the exterior of your like abdominal wall is going to be considered like fat, muscle, skin, etc. And then anything, you know, inside of there, that's your like, you know, that's like your organ cavity. That's where all your organs go. There is a difference here. One of them is literally your physical structuring and your organs, and the other is body fat. So there is a difference. I hope they recognize that.
It's really as simple as that. They don't want to have a fat stomach because being fat in our society is equated with laziness, grossness, being a slob, being disgusting, not taking care of yourself. In order to truly normalize these body image issues and these insecurities that many people have, and to fight against them and deconstruct them, we have to start with deconstructing fat phobia.
Like the idea of saying I look fat or my stomach looks fat or anything like that, it's a little bit subjective. Unless you are categorically considered overweight or obese, making the assumption or having the belief that a certain part of your body is fat, it's a little subjective. But there is a difference between somebody's perception of themselves, and obviously they shouldn't perceive themselves this way because it's their internal organs. And also, women have like even more feet of intestines and stuff in their body than men do. Like, women just oftentimes cannot have a perfectly flat stomach, but you can actually strengthen your abdominal wall and get leaner to help perpetuate the more flat stomach. It's completely unnecessary for your health though, and also I've been there, and there are points in life where it's really just not worth the suffering that comes with extreme dieting and whatnot. So I just recommend you endeavor to be healthy and live a healthy lifestyle and be physically active and rock a body that's good for your own health. But saying that, people shouldn't be insecure about it, blah blah blah, people shouldn't be insecure about it, but there is a difference between saying that is, you know, one thing and then being morbidly obese is the other thing, and blah. I don't even know what we're going on about anymore. I really can't tell. I'm kind of like sinking in my chair thinking to myself, what the fuck is going on with my life? You know, I'm sitting behind a camera trying to figure out how we're going to dismantle fat phobia through the power of just explaining the concept of an abdominal wall. Like, I just don't understand, my dudes. This is actually making me think to myself, I'm like, what do people do on an average basis? Is this what people think about consistently? Like, I'm actually starting to lose my mind. I don't even have any more coffee. I've drunken all of my coffee today. Now I'm just rocking nothingness. I need like a tea or something.
Them and deconstruct them, we have to start with deconstructing fat phobia.
Let's talk about body preferences.
I have many preferences. You know, people have the right to have a preference. In fact, You should have very high standards and very high preference levels. I think it makes you a more approachable individual and actually gets you what you want out of a relationship and actually makes you work for the relationships that you want. At least you should be.
I've heard a lot of talk like, oh, I don't hate fat people, but I'm not attracted to them and I don't want to date them. It's just my preference. Maybe in an ideal circumstance, in a world that was forever body neutral and did not demonize fat people, that could be a preference.
Honestly, I completely can level with somebody who doesn't want to bang somebody who's fat on the basis of them being incredibly unhealthy, at risk for early death, and if you want to start a family with them or something, or you want to be able to, fornicate with them, or you want to just be able to have similar, interests, like diet and exercise, if that's a thing for you. I think that not wanting to date a fat person is pretty reasonable, and even if it's just because they don't look good to you, and there's no other reason, and they just don't look hot, that's also a valid reason. You don't discriminate against people by not wanting to fuck them. If you want to make this argument, you can make it for everything. You can literally make it for everything. It's the same thing with, facial hair. Some people don't want to go out with people who have a lot of facial hair. Personally, I'm not inclined for such. But that's totally discriminatory, too. Or people who are taller or shorter. Guys, oh, I don't want to date a really tall girl, a girl who's taller than me. Or girls, I don't want to date a short guy. Or, body size, or dick size, or, boob size, or butt size. You have every right to have a preference, and also every right to not want to bang somebody or go out with somebody just on the basis of their physical form. It is what it is. Personally, I'm a pretty body neutral person. I don't really care that much. And I've dated people who are overweight before, but I'm just saying, if you don't want to, you don't have to. And a lot of the time, I haven't wanted to because there are different characteristics and situations where they're not going to be as into things that I'm into personally. And, it could have something to do with them being overweight or not. But the reality is, you have every right to not want to bang somebody or go out with them just on the basis of their physical form. It's not discrimination, it's just called preference.
Maybe. But is there really such a thing as preference in a society that exclusively demonizes an option? Fat people...
It's not demonizing an option, although your option is death at an earlier age, so actually, yeah, I will demonize it. I'm gonna demonize morbid obesity. You can die early. I don't want to bang you. That's it. I don't care if it's preference or demonization.
People are branded as disgusting. Branded as something to be eliminated. Unhygienic.
Bro, just deal with it then. I have to tell you guys this. You know how many stereotypes I have coming to me in a day? I'm just gonna make an example out of myself regarding this matter. I might not be obese, but I'm weird. I'm from Canada, which creates a lot of stereotypes for myself, both positive and negative. And I'm also, I've got usually I rock my hair in a bun, it looks shorter. People stereotype me all the time. I have a pretty androgynous demeanor. A lot of people think I'm gay. A lot of people think I'm bi. A lot of people think, oh, I'm Canadian, I must be nice. Oh, I'm Canadian, I must be of this political leaning, or I must have this political association, or I must think this way of certain people. Why am I here? Why are you in America? I get people fucking talking to me and asking me questions all the time, and I also get stereotyped all the fucking time. I just don't really give a shit because it's why should I care? What's gonna happen if people think something of me that's negative or positive? It doesn't even make a difference. It literally doesn't matter. It has no value in my life whatsoever. So I don't understand why these people are always so worried about people's perceptions of them. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares. And also, the number one thing is, even if everybody else cares, you shouldn't care. Do your thing and rock your life. That is all that matters. If somebody doesn't want to bang you, and trust me, I've had a lot of people want to go out with me and not want to go out with me, even though I've wanted to go out with them. And guess what? You move on and you deal with it. It is just life, my dude. Literally nobody cares. And the number one thing that I really have to drive home here is you shouldn't care.
Fat people are branded as disgusting. Branded as something to be eliminated. Unhygienic. Lazy. XYZ everything else. And we've received that messaging since we were born. Our culture is deeply rooted and entrenched in fat phobia. Chances are it's not just a preference, and you've just been taught to think fat people are gross.
I don't give a fuck. Do your thing. Let me do my thing, you do your thing. If I don't want to fuck you, your problem. I don't give a fuck. This is the problem I have. This is the fucking problem I have. This is the problem I have. Who cares? Just to deal with it. Live your life, my guy. Live your life. Who gives two licks to this entire circumstance. If it's just preference, or if even people discriminate against you, who cares? Like, just don't associate with them. Find somebody better. Find somebody who's worth your time and who will invest themselves into you. If you can't find that person, maybe look in on yourself and assess. I don't know. Like, bro, this is just wild stuff, my guy. Like, I just feel like it's so overly complicated. Anyways, my people, that was the video. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you all next time, and it has been lovely. And, yeah. Whatever. Slater.